Welcome back, everyone. We've got the Summit Asia continuing today. I'm Gods. Joining me is Merlini.
Hello.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. We've got some good games today. We saw 4 teams play yesterday. We had Newbie, IG, as well as Dreamtime, and who else did we see? HGT. How to get together. Your good old friends there. We can actually take a look at our bracket, see where we stand. It'll kind of give you a good segue to our matches today. We've got Vici Gaming versus New Element kicking things off. That's the bottom winner bracket quarterfinal there. And then our second match of today is LGD versus Titan. So we get our only Southeast Asian team in the Summit Asia qualifier leading up to the LAN tournament June 5th through 8th, taking place here later today. So 2 best of 3s, starting things off Vici Gaming versus any. Winner of that will go up against Newbie. The big story so far is IG. They got upset pretty badly by Dreamtime yesterday. That was a bit of a shocker, Ben.
It was indeed. It was not even close, those 2 games.
Yeah.
We know IG can perform better, but looks like Dreamtime, are they favored to come through in the winners brackets? Probably
They
not.
versed the winner of LGD Titan, which I would say they could legitimately beat either of those 2 teams.
Mhm.
But you look at the tournament as a whole, like I don't see them winning the qualifier to beat teams like Newbie, as well as Vici Gaming, and even IG a second time. I think would be a big ask. And I think to me the team who's played the most impressive when I've seen them the last few weeks has been Vici Gaming. So
Don't they only have to win one more series though, past the LGD or Titan winner?
to get to the winner bracket final,
Oh, okay, so they have to win 2
that
more.
only puts you in the top 3. So it's only the one team going to LA from this entire of these 8 teams.
No
only one
consolation
team.
prizes for second and third?
You get second, third, you get absolutely nothing.
Get a lot of practice.
Yeah, you get practice. That's about it. So our first game of today is Vici Gaming versus New Element. New Element came through the Chinese pre-qualifiers up against some teams like Speed Gaming, CIS, Tongfu, HGT. They ran a lot of support bounty hunter. They had some really unconventional picks. I wasn't convinced by the support bounty hunter, but they ended up second place coming through. So apparently a team to look out for. So yeah, looking forward to it. But we'll hop ourselves in the draft in just a moment now. Vici Gaming versus NE.
I have not seen Vici in a really long time.
Okay.
Last time I saw them was probably D2L finals, which was in January.
Yep. Okay, and they got 3rd place there, I believe.
I believe so, yes.
I think LGD got 1st, Fnatic 2nd, and then Vici 3rd.
Yeah, and Alliance last.
Was there only 4 teams there?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
believe so.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. They had the East and the West, and the top 2 from each. went
Vici
to the
were
finals.
not terribly strong there. They were really good in November, December.
They won EMS. That was
that was their big.
Yeah.
And then like immediately after that, they started performing poorly.
Yeah.
Or-
Vici Gaming are always fun to watch because they kind of look to they bring a lot of new heroes into the metagame. Like they were the team that bring in the bristleback Pugna kind of strategies. They also were a big proponent of the center and competitive play as well. So they've been adding a lot of new heroes into the competitive metagame.
That's true. They did really like Centaur. I like watching Vici too. Fenrir and FY, always fun supports to watch. ROTK is ROTK. We all know about his big plays.
We'll see. We'll see what the plan's going to be here. Vici Gaming, they're on the Radiant side. They get a first pick Lycan for game 1. It is a best of 3. All these matches best of 3s, and it is a Batrider in response. So I guess happy to give away the Lycan because they get the Batrider, and Lycan is on the Radiant side.
That's true. I myself, if I were Dire, I think I'd prefer what NE has right now. Batrider and Dazzle. I didn't check the odds before this. Let's check them out.
We had the big 83% upset yesterday. That was,
This one's about the same, 81-19.
Man.
So many rares could be lost again.
and he's not bad. I think
They're maybe like a little over 75-25.
they did better than Dreamtime in the qualifier, but I like they kept winning with the support bounty hunter. And every time I saw it, I was like, this support bounty hunter. It was actually like a level 1 bounty hunter at 5 minutes in the game, not doing anything at all. It felt like at times.
But he's
so.
invisible.
He was a mobile observer ward. Like he was roaming around. They weren't even against the jungle Chenna and Chantress half the time. I was like, we just want this support bounty hunter. He can't gank. He doesn't even have Janata at level 1. He's just got Shadow Walk. I don't get what he was trying to do with it.
Scout, Leash XP.
Yeah, maybe. But we'll see. Dazzle not actually a very common pick in the Chinese scene, but any want to go for it here. So I like to see that. Surprised not more teams are playing Dazzle at the moment.
He's really good versus Lycan. Lycan's so much. He's all about physical damage, right? So.
Not so good against the split push aspect of the hero. Though,
Definitely not. Dazzle. I think he's notoriously bad as an anti-pusher in this particular phase of 6.80.
Right. We'll see what the plan's going to be here following this one up here. Vici Gaming at the Shadow Demons go with the Lycan, so Shadow Demon pretty good against the Batrider. You can disrupt whoever's getting lassoed to help keep them alive a little bit, but they still do get pulled away.
You know what I think is going to be interesting at TI, or if we get to that point, is if Naga is still picked by the Western scene and not by the Eastern scene, like whether it's just going to dominate them or everyone's going to be like, well, what the heck?
I haven't been that impressed by Naga the last week or two, though.
I-
For a while, I was like, this hero needs a nerf, and then I was like, wait, does it really?
I think she does.
Well, she got it. What was her change at 6.81?
Riptide, AoE nerf. Riptide no longer affects magic immune units. Riptide or Mirror Image also does less damage, physical damage.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that huge of a nerf. I still think she'll be picked. It's not maybe not as prevalent as now.
I think it's not going to be like a first pick hero. I think it'll be like a maybe third, fourth pick.
She's still good enough in most situations that you can first pick her, even as a support too. So
That's true.
I think if the Eastern teams aren't prepared for Naga, like they'll almost lose to it every time that it works well against their strategy. So I think that's the big difference that we see in between the East and West.
DK handled Naga pretty well at start.
DK did, yes.
Did IG have to deal with Naga at all, or did that?
I think they just spanned it out most of the time.
Okay.
They tried to use it themselves one time and they got crushed.
Yeah.
Ferrari tried to play it.
Yeah, I remember that game now.
So I don't remember the other times, but as far as I can tell, I think that it's pretty scary, especially if you aren't used to it. If you're used to it, I think you can play around it. But if you aren't used to it, it's like it on steroids, kind of.
VG Gaming strike me as a team who do pretty well dealing with
Yes.
Naga Siren, because they do a lot of kind of they play very strategically. They go for a lot of early to mid game pushes, and they're strongest at the stage of the game where Naga Siren's weak, and that's where if you're picking Naga early against VG Gaming, they'll punish you with those kind of strats we saw at EMS, where they go for their Bristleback, Pugna, DK, just push you down, take your Raxes by 20 minutes into the game, and that's before Naga, or just as Naga gets Radiance and is struggling to defend those pushes.
Vici I view as a team that's very efficient in their objectives. Like, if they want to push, they'll go all out, they'll do it quickly, they'll get what they came for, and then they'll immediately split up and do something else. As opposed to some teams like, hey, we probably should push, okay, let's gather up, okay, one guy needs a TP back, and then you have 4, and then they don't have a mech. They always have their stuff together when they want to take towers around the map.
Well, we're going to get a Slada Dazzle. This is like we're watching Rock's Kiss or something here.
Yeah, they don't like running Bat, though.
No, that's true.
But Bat needs Burst to go along with his Lasso, and Slardar and Dazzle, pretty good duo to do so, I'd say. Slardar, he's not terribly great standalone. Him and Dazzle, I think, are pretty good, but like Shadow Demon can kite him all day. I think most people prefer range carries versus a Shadow Demon over melee.
This is your bounty. This is a support bounty hunter, I'm pretty sure. They love this. Will be like a Dazzle, Slada, safe lane, Batrider in the off lane with Bounty Hunter in the off lane as well. Bounty Hunter just kind of roams around doing. Half the time I don't even know what he's doing. They came through the pre-qualifier, but the Bounty Hunter was. He always managed to turn the game around in the mid game by getting a bunch of track kills, but it felt like a lot of the time it was their opponents playing quite sloppy. He does rely a lot on that track catch up. So if you're versing a team who plays fairly disciplined, you may not get those track kills.
That's true. Well. Bounty Hunter, yeah, he really needs levels. I don't like him in a non-solo position. I think he's okay in a roaming too. If you can keep the supports under-leveled and Bounty Hunter under-leveled, like, you can just pick him off later, right?
Yeah.
Like, level 6 Bounty Hunter is a lot more useful than a lot of other quote-unquote supports level 6.
Well, VG Gaming picked up the Dragon Knight.
That's scary.
Yeah, this is, like, holding onto your towers is going to be a big challenge for New Element here. They've got almost no counter push right now with their current lineup. Like, Batrider can Firefly and just try and draw aggro off the towers, but beyond that, like, until Sada gets like a Blink Dagger up with either a Vanguard or a BKB, he can't really engage, and even then, there's so much physical damage, they can just bring him down anyways.
Ugh, Vanguard.
I should never bring up the Vanguard.
If he gets a Vanguard, they won't be able to fight. So, if he gets a Blink BKB, yes.
Yeah.
He has a Dazzle to back him up too. You generally don't need a Vanguard, I don't think. It's decent versus Lycan though. But I mean, there's such high instances of damage though with Howl that I still feel like Vanguard's not terribly useful. Armor probably a little bit more so, but Dazzle also provides that. Well, Vici Super's Dragonite is really good. Super's Dragonite and Storm are, as I remember, by far better than his other solo mids. And his Pugna's pretty good too. I'd say Pugna, Dragonite, and Storm Spirit are his best 3. I'd probably say his Dragonite is actually his best of the 3.
I think that's quite accurate. I haven't seen him play much like he plays Invoker a bit, but he's not like one of the top top Invoker players. He was pretty good Invoker back in the TI2 days when DK.
They're
did fairly well.
not standout like other
Yeah.
heroes.
And he just played
It's
like
good.
the standard Quaswex Invoker. Like he's not one of those like big playmaking Exort Invokers who it's crazy.
He's
combos
not
and
he's not a
Sunstrike.
flashy player at all.
No, that's where like a DK is not a flashy hero. Like he can be a very high impact hero with Dragon Tail and. Just
Look at them stun
down.
that guy.
Oh.
Look at them breathe fire everywhere. Look at them right click that tower. Oh my goodness. Big plays from Dragon Knight. Look at him tank up with his armor and regen. It's ridiculous.
You didn't take my job. That was good, Ben.
Well,
Right.
that's about as pumped as I can get for Dragon Knight.
Radiant team pick.
Alchemist. So Alchemist is kind of cool.
Yeah, this is gonna be a solo mid alka. It looks like up against the Dragon Knight. We put Darkseer in the offlane for Vici Gaming, but
More minus armor.
you need the Alchemist to maybe deal with the pushes a bit with the acid spray. So
But will he deal with pushes with acid spray?
I don't know if it's gonna be well enough.
Dragon Knight doesn't care about acid spray. Firstly,
Yeah.
Lycan probably doesn't care either. Unstable Concoction not very good versus Shadow Demon, and he is very vulnerable to ganks from Enchantress and SD. So I like the aggressive roaming duo from FY and Fenrir. I always view them as like a support couple though. They rarely go like 1-in-1, or they rarely do like 2-on-2, let's say, or like one
Yeah.
guy's pulling and one guy's ganking. They almost always go together.
You can see on the little hexagons, there's heavy push on the Vici Gaming side and very little counter push
10 seconds
for New
remaining.
Element. So put one and one together, and this could be a
5
tough game for
seconds
New Element
remaining.
based on the draft alone. But
But what about gank and counter gank?
Yeah.
Hey.
Is counter game one of our categories?
No.
Oh. We have like team fight.
Prepare
Oh, no.
for battle.
Oh no, perfect world, please, perfect world.
It's paused.
I'm lagging. That's all. We'll see if it stays. Perfect world server is not always the most reliable, unfortunately. Hopefully it's. Oh wow, I didn't do hotkey. But yeah, we've got ourselves our first game of a best of 3 here. Vici Gaming versus New Element. New Element going for one of their signature heroes in the support bounty hunter, and Vici Gaming with a pretty scary pushing strat.
Semi-push strat.
Yeah, semi-push. I mean, their late game's great too. Like you call it a push strat, but go to late game. You've got DK Lycan as your 2 carries. You've got Darkseer, who gives you a great team fight. Like their late game's just as good as New Elements as well. At the same time, I feel like. So, man, I think I may be getting some crazy lag here. Some of these characters just like randomly skipping around.
Please, perfect world.
Yeah. I may quickly reconnect while we're paused.
Go
How's
for
that
it.
sound, Brian? Okay. Oh, I was
Don't leave.
that was so close.
This game is not.
I went down to click leave and I was like,
Well,
wait.
they have the confirm button now, so it's not
Oh,
so bad.
Yeah. I almost clicked. Oh, you mean after you click leave game, it asks
Yeah.
for confirm. Okay.
I'll
So
show
I was
you.
being safe.
Disconnect. Leave game. Are you sure you want to leave this
Ooh.
game?
You're ballsy. We're in the dark. We're getting the mood lighting out.
Am I ballsy? Yeah. It can be worse.
Yeah.
It was really smart for them to add that, or actually, it was really stupid for Valve not to add that a long time
Because it's like
ago.
just a millimeter below. Like you slight misclick, if you just have some bad hand-eye coordination, and suddenly it's like,
Mhm. Well, if you have bad hand-eye coordination, you probably shouldn't be playing Dota.
look, there are people like casuals out there. Your 2K MMRs. Like you look at the stats of people who misclicked it. It's probably people who are below 2K MMR.
I remember ASE actually doing it during one of the casts,
Oh, wow.
and I think I had a solo cast for the rest of the game.
So what you're saying
I
is
vaguely
AC has
remember this.
2K MMR.
No, I'm saying that you're saying that. I never said anything about it. I'm just pointing out the
Well,
facts.
are you pointing that out to prove my point, or is this like a
Well, that's the only
connecting the
instance that I've
dots?
actually seen happen.
okay?
Yours is conjecture. Mine is just fact. ASC
But
disconnected.
you brought it up when it's unrelated. Well,
It's
related
completely
to the-
related.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, I guess.
Have you seen anyone else do it? I don't think I've seen anyone do it on mistake. I have no idea what ASC's MMR is. Where has he been? I guess he's been casting
He's been
D12.
casting D2L.
Yeah.
Good matches lately. Yeah. But it looks like lag mostly gone, it seems, so that's good news. Do we have sound?
We
got
better.
sound. Yeah, we got
I'll be
sound.
angry if we don't have game sound.
I turned it up. There we go. Got some good trippy bird music's playing. But let's introduce our 2 teams here now. First game, best of 3 here. We've got Sylar playing the Radiant side, Carry Lycan for Vici Gaming. We've got FY on the Shadow Demon, Fenrir going to be on the Jungle Enchantress, Super on the Dragon Knight, And that leaves us with RTK. He's going to be in the offlane. He's going to be playing the Darkseer for Vici Gaming. And Ben?
You can
who's
go
on the
ahead.
Dire side? Okay, I'll introduce Dire side.
I don't know any of these guys.
it's fine.
I know Shiki.
And, okay, well, we've got Dire side's going to be Team New Element. We've got the Answer playing the Dazzle. We've got
Look at this support.
654.
Support Bounty Hunter.
Yeah. What a player. He's playing
So
the Bounty.
legit.
We've got Maples playing the carry Slatter. We've got Shiki playing the Soulmate Alchemist. And my favorite player on this team is DJ. He's in the offlane Bat Rider. I just like him because he was trash talking in the lobbies early in the pre-qualifiers.
Really?
He lost a coin toss and he's like, F you. And I'm like, sorry, dude. I can't do anything about it. So I instantly liked this guy when he said that. No, I don't think it was. He didn't lose the coin toss. The other team took the side of the coin he wanted.
There's a DD.
He's got boots as well, but he's just gonna like block cams. Give Fenrir. Fenrir's got no sentries.
Well, Fenrir also have 0 armor, so this is gonna be a full 104 damage hit.
Oh my god, it's painful. Fenrir's getting the hell away from this.
He doesn't know that the camp's blocked.
Well, double damage room will be expiring fairly soon. He knows now. He sees that. And the problem is FY's got the sentries and he's nowhere near this lane. He's miles and miles away. RTK doing some decent harass this top lane. Trading hits with the Dazzle pretty cost efficiently there.
Oh, he sees. The harass begins.
Fenrir's got no boots. Is this just the first blood?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he has. He can heal. Are you kidding?
He's got enchant.
It takes a long time to catch up. I don't know. I don't know about this.
You're maybe lucky we're not betting on this. No, okay, you're right.
He doesn't do enough damage. If he had a DD, yes, I think it would have been first blood, but without it, it's too,
either way.
too slow.
He may stay level 1 for a long time, but so will the Enchantress at this rate. Enchantress does pick up a Wild Wing and a Tornado mid, but Alchemist already is bottle, so he'll be pretty happy.
Man, I hate when people do that to me in pubs.
Tornado.
Just tornado will sit on you. I'm just like, Jesus. And then
Try
on top
hard.
of that, you have like Enigmas denying creeps and just like facepalm.
Yeah. That freaking tryhard Dota.
I know. It's like bottle crowing. God.
Who
Wow.
does that?
Who does that?
It's not fair. I just wanted to pick a hero to win mid lane with, and here you have bottle crowing and just playing like a little girl.
Well, Siler does have a magic stick, but he still could be potentially threatened by a Bat Rider, also known as DJ.
Fenrir takes a creep from the low ground. Anthony needs to be careful. He's got no grave. Getting shockwaved up, and interesting bit of play here. So Fenrir tries to come top jungle. Does get a C-tier Tormentor, and this is actually going to help Darkseer a lot in this lane. Darkseer is like top of the CS charts right now, more or less.
What are they gonna do with the big bad satyr in their face? Just constantly spamming shockwave.
This guy is worse than the Tornado creep, I would say, almost.
Is he?
Well, okay, how would you rank the Satyr, the Tornado, and the
Harpy?
Yeah.
Well, the mana burner is really annoying too. It depends on
those-
what hero
those
you
four.
are.
Okay, depends on hero.
Well, let's just exclude the mana burner because that's the one that varies the most. I would say number 1 is Harpy, because it's like really easy to kill, but you can't actually kill it. Like Satyr, you're just like
Got a
whatever.
long pass range, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Satyr's like whatever. You have 1100 HP. I'm not gonna kill you anyways. Just do your thing.
Yep.
But the Harpy, you're just like, I really want to kill you, but a good hero, a good micro would not let it die. And I think it only costs like 50 mana for the chain lightning or something absurd.
use like 10 chain
Yeah.
lightnings or something.
It's only 6 on the Satyr. So what was the other one? Tornado.
Yeah.
So it's either between Tornado and the. I would say the Harpy,
Okay.
because he has no downtime, right?
Yeah.
You have like very little downtime with any things, whereas like Tornado cooldown is extremely long.
The good news is you rarely get Harpies there because the small camps moved much further away.
Thank God.
Like if the small camp was still here, that Enchantress is so much more imbuff. But not the case here. But I don't know. I find tornadoes annoying, but not. I mean, again, it depends. I guess if you're a melee or a ranged hero. If you're a ranged hero, the tornadoes, well, can be bad because you have less HP generally as a ranged hero. So
Yeah, but they don't have vision of you with the Tornado, so
Yep.
it's not the biggest deal.
anyways, no kills just yet. Bounty Hunter's done a good job being annoying, but actually, Bounty Hunter and Enchantress both still level 1. So even though you can look at Bounty and saying, well, he's kind of under leveled, but he's kept this Enchantress.
But how
just
easy is a
level
level 6 Enchantress to kill? So easy.
Yeah.
And doesn't really offer that much impetus, is not nearly as strong as Track. But Bounty Hunter almost out of mana. He's been
Yeah.
wind walking everywhere.
This is the problem he ran into the other day when I was watching him play, is that he, like 4 minutes, no, it was even like 2 minutes in, he had to walk back to Fountain because he was out of mana, had no Shadow Walks left, had no Clarities left, and just had to go home. He's going to try and contest this top room, but it's too late. Super's already got it, so double damage ring going his way.
See, Super's so safe. Like most people would just walk over here, like, well, what's a bounty hunter level 1 and an alchemy gonna do to me? But he just takes a long route. It's like, screw that. I don't care about 1 or 2 CS.
He's a
Interesting.
very consistent player.
Yeah, he is.
Silo getting somewhat pushed back in this middle lane. Batrider's doing great in the off lane. He's got 20 CS to the 15 on Lycan, so safe lane not looking so safe as far as farm goes.
Well, Shadow Demon has not been zoning him out at all.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll get a kill here. They have a Centaur. They have the Shadow Demon Disrupt, but he's out of here.
Have a pretty good idea it's maybe coming.
He's almost level 6, but now they have a reserve reward, so.
Silo trying to last down to missing the CS under his tower with how damage. Come on, Silo, man. This is... Yeah, Lycan's just not getting the farm you'd hope for.
Neither is Slardar. Slardar only has 14 CS. DS is 27.
The offlane, both offlaners have more farm than the safe lane farmers. That's crazy. And it's not like both teams have their supports in the safe lane. Offlane is just too OP in the current metagame, it seems. I don't know. Mid lane though, they've gone in for a kill here. Shiki may be in some trouble. FY rotating for this one. Shiki has got to stun, needs to stun Super, does do so. He's running across the river to just get as far away from Super as possible. But first blood picked up by Vici Gaming. That was still close. Without the soul catcher, I don't think he would have got that kill.
How is Alchemist so under level compared to Super though?
I think it was just the kill.
Well, he was level 6 before it started.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Alchemist was really close to getting
Yeah,
level 6.
it was just 1 XP. So I imagine it was just like that creep wave there. DK's actually got 12 denies, so it's, yeah, just from the denies, I guess, that would have denied.
But you don't get
maybe-
like a full level from a kill though, especially split 2 ways.
Yeah.
I don't know. He seemed to be. What are denies? 12 denies on
It was a
DK.
good, like half a level ahead, maybe, I would say.
That's pretty significant for solo
Yeah.
mid melee on melee. I guess Bounty Hunter might have stolen some of his XP too.
Yes, that's probably actually
654
it
trying
was.
to get some experience on bottom, but Siler trying to be a big bad bully, but not really
Yeah.
killing too many.
This is the
creeps.
catch-up time for the bounty hunter. Oh, there's TP's coming in. They want to deal with Sylar here? No, Super's going to show up. I think they actually cancelled the TP. Who was TPing bottom there?
Dire's bottom tower
For a
is
TP
under
animation.
attack.
Gets cancelled though, and this tier 1 tower may go down. The DK ultimate form has worn off though.
Dire's
See, this is the
top
thing about
tower
Vici.
is
It's like we have a small advantage. We'll go for a tower like so early, especially when you draft crappy counter pushers.
And they always they love to rotate their mid hero off the lane as well.
Jeez, did you see that? Soul Catcher plus Breathe Fire almost dead already.
That's like, what, 400 damage nuke or something? It does 300
Dire's
damage, gets
bottom
amplified
tower has
by
fallen.
30%, level 2. And then the magic resistance coming in, so it would just do more or less like full damage. But yeah, Vici Gaming, they even rotate in the Dragon Knight for this T1 tower. They say, look, it doesn't matter you don't have ultimate, if you just come and zone out this Batrider Bounty Hunter, we can get these towers in. Just spamming the Flame Breath. He's got this regen rune, so he's zoning them out just with this harass, and DJ needs to be careful. And there's another ulti, and this is going to be a tier 2.
What are they gonna do about this?
They smoked up Alchemist to come in, and Alchemist does have 3 points
But
in the
who's he
unstable
gonna go
consumption.
on? A Dragon Knight with treads?
The Enchantress, I guess.
And
is
10
my guess.
armor?
Enchantress is the squishiest here. But the Shadow Demon, can he hit the Clutch Disruption too far?
Like that tickles
Really?
him.
Bottom
Yeah.
tower has
I'm
fallen.
surprised he threw the sun to DK. DK is like the team.
Well, everyone was not in a, or everyone else was in a pretty good position. DK's up there in personal because he knows that they can't really engage on him and win the fight.
Yep.
Well, and he already lost 2 towers 8 minutes, and that is no bueno.
Oh, bueno indeed.
ROTK's is free farm top 2. He's our less hit leader.
This feels like a lot of the New Element games I was watching the qualifiers though. They always had a really bad early game start. Like this is much worse than some of those games. 4 to 5k gold lead already. But they catch up later on when they start in the mid game when they start getting kills. With Bounty Hunter hitting level 6, with Batrider getting a Blink Dagger, Slaughter, maybe he gets a Blink as... Where's Slaughter's farm? Like he's got boots.
He has to deal with Ion Shell all day,
Yeah.
every day.
So he's actually not going to have that fast of a Blink Dagger, unfortunately.
ROTK almost has mech.
We'll
Does that mean I
see.
can spam you with whispers?
I know. I think I get no mutes. I can't. Well, if I tab out, then we have other problems. Actually, no, we can do it the
Dire's
getaway.
top tower is under attack.
How do I do this? How do I do this? Oh, we go the getaway. There we go.
Dang. Last online 0 seconds ago. I tried to spam you with a message right before.
Send me those secret messages.
Dang.
Sorry, guys, in the chat. My favorite was when we were casting. Was it WPC Season 1? And there was this one person called Sayuri Futa who would add me or Lumi every single cast. Especially Lumi, because Lumi was really bad about remembering to go offline on Steam. every single cast he'd forget, and every single cast Sayuri Fuda was there adding him on Steam Friends.
There's smoke. The bat.
This is going to be a dead dragon, and it looks like they bring in 4 for this one, but a much-needed kill, and I think it's worth bringing in that many heroes, because with DK down, it's time where Vici Gaming can't push. I think DK is the one key hero to be there when they go for the pushes, because he's their lockdown / initiation.
He's their tank. He's their front line. He's their AoE damage dealer.
Like, the Lycan's just like a... gives some summons plus aura with the Vlads. Like, Lycan's less important than the DK. Enchantress and Shadow Demon are the little supporty heroes.
Super also bought his Claymore before he died.
Okay. So he's going for the Shadow Blade build, not the Rush B. This is not the best BKB game against Slider, Dazzle, Alchemist. There's a lot of physical damage in general. Even Batrider Lasso. Like, there's almost
In track.
not much reason to actually get a BKB this game, although he may still go for one, just to deal with some of the stuns. So, for now, 1 kill apiece. Vici Gaming still have a big 4K gold lead, and the good news is Bounty Hunters hit level 6. He throws a track straight away on Fenrir at the bottom lane. If he starts getting a few track kills for his team, this game will turn around pretty quickly.
But Super, smoke. They know that someone's creeping the camp.
Okay, he pops the ultimate form to start things off here. Dazzle, 355. He's got 10 movement speed behind.
GG wolf block.
And, that 10 MS.
Nice wolf block by Sylar there.
So this is just Slider sprinting his way out. He does not want to defend this. I think they just admit this tier 1's going down. I think they may even lose to tier 2. I don't know if they can actually defend this tier 2. Nah.
Dire's top tower.
Did Darkseid even get nerfed in 6.80?
He got a 1% cooldown reduction on that.
Nice. Got that little Iron Shell buff.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
Also
That's true.
Good team pick it.
See, that's the thing
Hero
about
wins.
statistics too. It's like, well, you don't know who picked them.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least the discussion of stats are crap.
This is the 2 casters that Brian doesn't want casting, because we're both going to be flaming stats all day long. And Sylar, this is possibly a track kill. He gets off the ulti, but he's being stunned up. There's no crush, though. They needed the Slider crush. Defensive disruption. Maples is now on the run. He's taking too much damage there. They lose the Darkseer as well. They want to bring down Super next. Is there another Alchemist stun? 3 seconds away. Batrider just doing some serious work here. Super's going to go down. Where's the track? Bound in to get some more tracks off. Super will take a fall. Need some more tracks, man. Tracks on Sylar at mid lane. That's actually Bounty Hunter got the hell out of there. He's way back at Fountain already, so he almost went down in that fight. But a 2-for-1 trade.
If ROTK didn't actually get vacuumed or didn't get stunned, I think they would have won that fight. He got stunned with the Alk, or the Alk stunned DK and Darkseer at the same time, and then he couldn't vacuum a wall to save Super. He got the wall off, but it was a little bit too late after they had already taken down most of Super's HP.
They did save Sylar. Like, Sylar was about to get chain stunned by a Slither and Crush, but got disrupted. Otherwise, I think it would have gone even worse, so... Yeah, it's a good fight for NE. That was fighting without their mech as well. Alchemist about to have his mech in just 300 gold. So from there, things will be looking on the upswing for NE, at least somewhat. They get their first track kill of the game. I think the Darkseer was tracked, the Dragonite was not.
It's his Batrider that's owning them.
Batrider actually, he came up big that fight, and that was just the Blink Dagger's going to have a 4-star soon. His actual damage output was really impressive there. RTK had the mech, but it wasn't enough to keep his team alive.
And with the first blood too.
But Vici Gaming still get another tower. They shrug it off, they get a tier 1. Pressure now onto the tier 2 mid as well.
If any loses this, they lose Roshan pretty much. So.
And have all their ultis. Like, they've already got the lasso back up, and it's Vici Gaming who don't have wall for... Actually, they've got in 5 seconds. See what Alchemist can do. Picks up the mech now. He wants to challenge stun. He needs to go, and now he is looking for it. Their lasso going to start things off. Who are you going to stun? He's going to go in, hit Sylar. Maybe not the best choice. Crush catches out 3. Fenrir gets hit by a flame brick. The Shuriken not going to bring him down. The mech from RTK healing everyone back up. No one actually going down. Batrider the closest. He backs off. Both teams using all their ultimates, and
Did you see that instant stun on Batrider when he blinked in?
from the DK.
Yeah. He got like instantly stunned from DK and then an
stun
instant
just-
disruption.
DK stun so strong. I don't know. And this tier 2 tower still being chipped away at Super there with the DK ulti form still online, and Alchemist self-stun, not the best. And this is a dead tier 2. No deny coming in, Lycan Sylar getting the last hit, so tricky stuff as Vici Gaming. All this tower money is going to give Super his Shadow Blade. Sylar going to have probably a Necrobook coming up any
Man,
second
how
now.
ridiculous is DK? That was such a long fight and his ultimate just wore off.
I think DK is one of like still very underrated in the current patch. I don't think teams pick him enough as a mid. Teams like go to mid, like when you just need like a generic mid, is always Puck. I
Yeah.
feel like teams should be picking more DK and maybe less Puck.
The silence is OP though.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Not OP.
It's good.
DK just works so well with the. I mean, any hero mid with bottle crowing's nice. But we'll see what the plan's going to be from here on out. Any just the one outer tower remaining. It's 3 kills apiece, but this is like a standard Vici gaming draft. Like they don't go for the kills, they prioritize the objectives, get themselves just small win after small win, and this is the kind of like this is one of those games where in the qualifiers, any were getting back in by getting track kills and just taking advantage of their opponents playing sloppy, making mistakes, and Vici Gaming are a team who won't actually do that. So
Yeah, they're almost always together as 5. They're not giving free kills to Bat Rider. That's outside of team fights, and so on and so forth. How is Sludar doing in terms of his one? He almost
going
has his,
straight blink at least.
Thank
I think this
goodness.
is the right build to go this game. I mean, you mentioned you're obviously not a fan of Vanguard, so you'll be happy, but I think there's still an argument to be made for like a Vanguard rush. But the problem is there's a like DK stun, Vanguard's not going to save your life if they try and focus you.
Screw Vanguard.
Yeah.
Dire's
The
middle
chain
tower
blinks
is
means
under
Batrider can
attack.
blink lasso someone, and then the Slider can try and like blink crush on the Dazzle. On the Shadow Demon to prevent the disruption. So like you blink lasso on like Darkseer, DK, or whoever it may be, and make sure Slider tries to find the Shadow Demon to get the crush there. But and he's always got the Dazzle backup, so there's always that heal coming in from behind.
It's like DJ scouting out Roshan, knowing that Vici
Yeah.
likes their 5-man, likes their objective, and with the T1s and T2s down in both mid and bottom lane, it's easy to roach. But Super,
Ooh, this is a different objective, which is now they're going to start looking for pickoffs. Using Super on the Dragon. Now he gets to the high ground. DJ gets stunned up, has a 4-star, but I don't think he's going to get a chance to use it. No, Vacuum will finish him off. And oh, Dazzle walks into this one as well. I don't think there's any way out for Dazzle. Super's got a double damager, and then yeah, Dazzle buys a TP scroll. He's going to use up all his money. Pops the Grave as well. They'll buy him a second or two, but actually going to get to the T2 tower here, so we'll come close to surviving. Super's not even using a Breathe Fire though. Oh, there we go. Just for good measure. And Vici Gaming into Roshan. So this is what this is all the other reason why I think DK is really good, because he starts off pushing down all your outer towers like in the first 20 minutes of the game, and then he can transition into playing this Shadowblade Initiator. Like, because once you push all the outer towers, it's hard to push high ground. Like DK, as good as he is at pushing outer towers, he's bad at pushing the tier 3s. Well, not bad, but he's average. But he's great at finding the pickoffs, and then you can transition from getting a pickoff into Roshan, into tier 3s.
yeah, he's good for map control. He's good for taking down objectives.
Yeah.
And
You have to play so scared against a DK with Shadowblade, because you never know when he's coming in. It's kind
Yeah.
of like the old Alchemist with Shadowblade. Well, I mean, you could still theoretically do Alchemist this way, but he's nowhere near as good as a DK.
Alchemist is kind of crappy now. He didn't get yeah.
Oh, he
Unstable.
got a huge nerf. The Alchemist
Unstable
was the
concoction.
biggest nerfed hero in 6.8.
That's true.
No hero got a bigger nerf than Alchemist, I would say.
Screw that hero though.
He was Unstable Concoction was just so imba though.
So OP.
That was the one thing I was just
It's like
Sick of
Beastmaster
seeing the
Roar
hero.
with like a 15-second cooldown.
even it's like 12 or 16. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, it was just so ridiculously good. Like, I couldn't believe.
How ridiculous would it be if it was a 12-second cooldown on a 6-second stun? Oh my goodness. Oh,
He did
actually,
get
it's
a
only
little,
4 seconds.
He did get a little over nerfed, I would say, but
I think his chemical rage not having HP hurts him so much.
yeah.
I feel
Well,
like
that was the previous. Like that was he even after it had no HP, he was still OP because of the stun. Like he had the chemical rage with no HP, and he was still
yeah, that's
and he was
true.
still first picked, and he was still considered to be quote unquote OP.
I think with his ulti this crappy you can, or with his stun this crappy you can buff his ulti a little
Yeah,
bit more.
at least turn him back into that potential carry hero, because right now without the HP on your ulti,
Yeah.
you're not a very good carry.
I agree. He just can't stand up to anything,
Yeah.
BKB or not.
I think the stun was the main problem, because you play him as a carry hero, but he had a carry hero with a 4-second stun that has a 16-second cooldown was just ridiculous. And it synergized so well with Shadowblade, because Shadowblade gave you good damage, good just mobility as well. For now, they're getting some space here, so Vici Gaming seems after getting Roshan of just...
They don't want space though. They want kills. They have Bounty Hunter.
Yeah. Silo seems to be waiting for his Necro 3, because Vici Gaming haven't put much pressure on in the last couple of minutes. They're just farming up. Looks like Super going to work on the BKB. I think Vici Gaming realized they're not really under pressure right now to end the game.
Oh, ROTK farming out a little bit 654 will scout him out.
There's no Batrider for the lasso. RTK is just...
He tickles him.
Batrider's coming in close. He already used the Force Staff, and Batrider's not going to get close enough, unfortunately. Maybe if Bounty waited a little longer, RTK would have kept farming.
Yeah, it looked like he was playing it relatively safe, though.
Yep.
Well, farming continues. Lycanthrope closing in on his
He's got
Necro.
his Necro
He
3,
has
yeah.
Necro 3 and 1200 gold. I think last time I saw. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, he's rich.
And DK's going to have BKB, and it's still 16, 1700, but it sounds like a while, but like that could just be 3 minutes maybe from now. And I think VG Gaming, even though they've got Aegis, they can at least wait till like the last minute or so in the Aegis timer. Like we've got 3 minutes left on it, so
I don't think they push with it.
they just farm their next items.
Farm BKB, get next Roche.
It's not like any have a powerful late game.
Well, they're not using the main strength of their lineup, which is getting kills with Blink Slaughter, Blink Lasso, and Bounty Hunter Track. And if they can just not fight at all, and avoiding fights is pretty good for VG, because they're not really missing out on anything. What's Bounty Hunter going to do during this passive downtime? Maybe scout a little bit, but...
This is a 5-man from VG Gaming. They're smoked up, so we'll see what the plan is from this. It looks like they're just going to try and find a pick-off maybe towards the bottom lane, which is where DJ is headed on the bat right. He's picked up a gem, so losing his bat would be... That's Ennie's map control right there. No, he's backs off after a flame break, so smart decision from him. Looks like VG Gaming not going to achieve too much with this smoke. They're keeping Ennie scared. Ennie themselves, they're actually smoked up. They're going to go try push onto the high ground. They're going to get spotted immediately by RTK. Oh, can they get the lasso? They will. He pumped to the low ground as well. Alchemist with the stun. This is a dead ROTK. Back up just too far away. Nice start to a fight from Ennie. That's a track kill as well. They want to try more, and I think this is the right time to try and take a fight. Super, Shadow Blade, Elder Dragon form. He wants to fight. There's going to be a purge coming out of Maples. Maples is just going to get blown up to start the fight. No, he gets graved at the last second. They've lost Shadow Demon now as well. He drops a gem. Flamebreak going to catch at 3. Shiki on the run. The right-click damage is there, may burst him down. Shiki without the ulti form is just so damn squishy. Great 4-star from DJ. Shiki gets onto the high ground. He's still going to go down anyways, but he just buys that little bit of time. A 2-for-1 trade, like, any end up having to play, like, even though they kill off 2 heroes, they still go full retreat just because they run out of mana. They ran out of spells to actually fight with. Once Lasso's on cooldown, they've got no real way to fight.
Why the heck was ROTK so far out in front?
I'm not sure. He was on the high ground, so he kind of scouted out the smoke gank, but the problem was Bounty Hunter was shadow walked up. So they didn't actually see the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, they didn't just walk around with the gem and maybe just give the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight is supposed to be the one that they want initiating, or want initiated on.
Yeah. Well, RTK unfortunately getting caught out there, and that buys any more and more time. They're going to keep on farming. They want this. They want the Aegis to expire, and then they want to try and get more and more pickoffs going their way. But right now they're just getting no farm. Like you look at this safe lane starter, he's got the blink. He only just recently bought some treads. Any sort of a BKB for him is just miles away.
Yeah, he really needs one though. I mean, just something as simple as DK stun will kind of crush him. And yeah, he'll probably get saved with Grave and get heal up afterwards, but he can't actually stay up and man fight and do the damage that a Solidar needs to do for them to win a convincing fight and repel VG from doing Roshan.
Well, this will expire now, but for Ennie, it's once again going to be a tough ask to defend these towers, these outer towers. I'm surprised VG Gaming went for that smoke when they could just be going for a 5-man tower push. We're going to see it here on this last outer tower. Looks like VG Gaming did recover their gem as well. Shadow Demon dropped it, but someone on his team picked it back up. So VG Gaming have got the gem back now for this push. So, for now, this DK Illusion's leading the charge, and the top farmers all convincingly on the VG Gaming side, and that's where NE just aren't getting the farm they need. Alchemist getting close to his BKB, but beyond that, there's not too much as far as item pickups go.
Just watching DK beat on a tower with the illusions, but
he's got the Shadow Blade initiation. They want the dazzle before the grave comes in, but he gets a 4-star out. This is where just having that level 1 dragon.
Oh, Shiki, is he gonna stun himself?
They don't notice it. Actually, there is a Radiant Ward. They do see. FY not going to commit to it though. They just get the tower now. They play it safe. And the T2 tower will go down.
Easy tower. Still, their teamfight is just absolutely poopy. Bounty Hunter, not good at it. Alchemist, new Alchemist rather, not very good at it. A starter without a BKB, not very good at it. The only one who can really do a lot is Batrider, but that depends on him, depends on VG's positioning, and Depends on how much burst they have too. I'm a little bit worried about their burst.
If ROTK gets like a counter initiation on the Batrider with a vacuum wall, it's just all over for any. That's where you just don't want Darkseid getting lassoed.
That's when you get a blink on him.
Yeah. I think Blink. I think Blink would be fantastic. I'm surprised ROTK is going Hex. Who do you need a Hex in these fights? Like,
Slardar, maybe.
yeah, once he's got a Blink Crush off, like, he's done his job really. He's not doing that much damage after that first Blink Crush. Like, he throws an amp damage hero there maybe, but it's not like he's not having that high of an impact. He's not like you're hexing up a big key damage dealer hero like your Invoker or something in a team fight, or like a Luna or something. Roshan respawning in a minute, so it's a medium-sized Rosh, pretty much smack dab in the middle as far as Roshan respawn can go.
Well, there's a DK BKB. I think with this I can start taking some really serious fights.
Lycan gonna be going for the Assault Crest, so they're gonna, with the Assault Crest as well, like they have a really scary push. I don't think they need to wait for the Assault Crest though. Like you say, BKB on DK should be enough. Oh, Dazzle, you're pushing up so fast, so aggressively. Sada runs forward with an amp damage here. Any have numbers. Are they gonna look for a Blink Lasso? Decide against it. That Dazzle just ran forward and really playing with fire there.
Yeah, he could have gotten stunned out by DK fairly easily.
There is a gem on Bat still, so they do have that detection. That's really actually helping them out a lot. The fact that Vici Gaming can't get offensive observer wards up, like on the dire side of the map, in their jungle, and spots around the secret shop, these kind of wards just impossible for Vici Gaming to sustain against the Batrider. Means it's quite hard for them to actually find pickoffs using the
and DK
Shadowblade.
Shadowblade. Yeah, it's the gem is
yeah,
strong.
they can't actually use it to initiate as much as they'd like. But they're going to go high ground now, it looks like. The Hex is picked up by Darkseer. It's just, like, the Hex doesn't help you push. You could just have another Necro Book, you could have a Blink Dagger. But, hey, I don't think it's going to be a game changer here. Offensively, using the Weave here. Maples gets stunned up, forced up away. Maples gets so bloody low there, though. Now Shiki going to channel a stun. I don't think they're going to engage off this. Just throwing it out to try and stall the push. The tower's still being sieged away. Sylar going to get the last hit. Onto the Raxus they go now. Still no glyph, and this is just going to be uncontested. Raxus looks like there's a blink in from DJ. Gets the lasso, but immediate disruption. He also gets hexed up. The wall. No vacuum. There it comes a second later as Shiki now trying up another turn. He pops a BKB. AoE damage coming up from Super. He's just doing too much. A TP, and DJ, I think, buying back for this one. That he did, and they get no kills. They lose Raxus. This is just... You can't fight this Vici Gaming 5-man.
They're really good at dealing with Bat and predicting where he's going to initiate, who he's going to initiate on, and then just immediately countering him. He just gets swarmed as soon as he blinks in. He kind of needs a
disruption, like a defensive disruption and a Hex immediately. Now 654 in some trouble. He gets graved up in the front lines. It's not going to be needed as the Force Up was also there, but really barely staying alive for now. Sylar in the front lines. He hasn't got an Aegis, does need to be a little bit careful. Batrider taking some Impetus damages. Now we're going to see switch of targets here. Dazzle, Impetus, kind of pushing him back into his own base. Meanwhile, still got 654 on the high ground, throwing out some casual tracks here. ROTK needs to be careful. Is there going to be a crush to follow? ROTK getting low. Defensive disruption will help keep him alive as looks like ROTK is not scared. He's got a mech. He'll pop that. 10 magic stick charges as well, and it's going to be 654 going down on the bounty hunter. Impetus is thrown out still. Shiki needs to be trouble. He gets stunned up by the DK, just level 3, but that's going to be more than enough. Shiki... What? Don't hit the racks. There we go. There's an Impetus, but it's too late. That hit on the rack's actually saving Shiki's life, it looks like, and Shiki going to get himself out of there, as instead they've got the lasso. It's on Sylar, but the Hex is there waiting again, and DJ just losing all of his movement speed as a result. Batrider now on the back's graved up, and Super, he's tanky. There's no killing this Dragon Eye. Alchemist is just running past him, ignoring him almost. Range Rex still alive is that's going to be enough to push Vici Gaming out of the dire base, but a team fight that doesn't really see too many lives lost, but it's still just they need to get kills, otherwise they're just not winning this game. The track kills haven't been there this game, Ben.
It's only 5 kills on any 28 minutes in. They really haven't found any track kills, but Alchemist is just really hard to initiate with, especially when you go mech and BKB. You can't find anyone and catch them with the element of surprise with unstable concoction.
I think if Slaughter was more farm this game and had a BKB himself, like things would be a lot better, but they just lost their safe lane. I think you could say both teams in some ways lost their safe lane, but it didn't matter for Vici Gaming because Lycan was always going to get farmed from the tower gold. You look at NE, there's no catch-up mechanic for the Slaughter. They're not getting it. They have not taken a single tower. Yeah, I guess track was there in theory, but you compare 6-7 towers versus just a couple track kills. I'll take the 6-7 tower gold. So
But you can't get back the track goals.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, man.
I know. I completely
any
agree.
win a team fight, they get some towers, and these money bags will just quickly be claimed by any. But I don't know if any will actually be able to get a single tower this game. They're trying to make their go in the bottom tier
Radiant's
1.
bottom tower is
Vici
under
Gaming are
attack.
heading down here though. Enchantress actually going to be the first one to show up. Does get scouted out, tracked as well. Batrider maybe going to look for a lasso. Goes on Fenrir, but DK doesn't. Oh yeah! What is that range stun? That was like a 1k range stun onto the Batrider. He gets burst down to follow it up. BKB on super now. And that's going to be a vacuum back onto the Slider. Slider cannot run through the wall. A TP out there, but there's another DK stun. Catches out to Slider. Slider will be brought down by the Shadow Demon. Right click the tower. It's going to be the first tower of the game going Any's way, but it's GG. They're not. Oh, they will get to see it go down.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Well,
Did you see that DK stun?
he always stuns like that. It was the same in mid.
It was after the 4-star. It was like a full 1,000
Yeah.
range. That was.
Well, we said he couldn't make flashy plays on Dragon Knight, but Super doing his best
Yeah.
to prove us wrong.
Oh man.
The Bounty Hunter just never really came online.
Yeah.
Neither did Slardar. No one was ever scared of him.
No one ever got scary apart from the Batrider. And to think Batrider was your offlane player, he was the only hero we actually saw making plays happen and giving any kind of sign of life for a new element.
They need better teamwork. I think they didn't go for enough ganks, and also I think they need to draft more anti-push. Vici loves to do this. They 5-man at like 5 minutes in, maybe even
Yeah.
6,
That was
and they just took down 2
DK
towers.
came bottom like very early on. I think it was
Yeah.
after he got level 6, got the 1 kill on mid, and then he swung bottom. As his ulti wore off, he arrived at bottom lane. So
They had to be better prepared. I think they need
Yeah.
to pick less offensive supports and more. Like, they can still pick offensive supports, but supports with anti-push. I mean, even going back to the Hexagon, you could kind of tell how this game was gonna end.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, they have a Dazzle as a safe lane support. He has nothing to. He can't zone out a Darkseer on his own.
That's true.
Like, if you pick a off lane bounty hunter to play as a support bounty hunter, you need a support that's a bit more aggressive and can pressure the Darkseer on his own. Like, I don't.
Tree.
Tree, Veno, whatever it may be, like something that can actually do a bit more pressure on the Darkseer and pose a threat. Like
Disruptor.
Dazzle plus Slider can't kill. If you have like a chain stun, like Eventual Spirit plus Slider, maybe you do a bit better. Crystal Maiden even, yeah, Disruptor.
They're all good. I agree.
Dazzle just is a defensive healer. Like Poison Touch at level 1 isn't a good initiation.
It's good damage and it's good synergy with Slardar, but at the same time, you aren't really like going for long chases. They just need more AoE, more damage in team fights.
Well, Annie, drop game 1. Vici Gaming in this best of 3. The heavy favorites coming in, so no surprise that they take game 1, guys. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, game 2 of the Summit Asia will continue with myself, Gods, as well as Molini. Don't go anywhere.